children are so used to being told what to do all the time, is that they've almost like lost their own thought process. They don't know their limitations. They don't know how much they need to put into it. They don't know their own strength or their own capabilities because
Hmm.
they're not really allowed to show that or feel it or experiment or explore. That's taken away.
It looks to me like there's a lot of room for innovation. And like, for
Massively.
example, I think the education part, like you just said about the games and
Yeah.
like talking about it and having, I think what do you do, you know, on YouTube, there's going to be some space there that
Yes.
we can definitely, because, you know, a lot of kids are on YouTube
Yeah.
and you can reach them this way. So I think that could be an interesting, innovative way to do that.
I was going to say I attempted to do a water safety video on YouTube for children, and I had my son watch it, and he was like, "Oh, mummy, this is quite good." But just like cartoons and it being child friendly, and the way you talk about it, and the way
Hmm.
that it's also like having characters, but having real people too, because they tend to be in this world of where they've got the games that they're playing, Minecraft, Fortnite, Roblox, and it's more so boys that are on this, but they feel that
Yep.
they come across that they're being invincible, like, well, if I get shot in the game, I'm just going to come back again.
Yep.
And it's almost like they're still in that stage of where their imagination's still there, but then the sense of reality is almost, they're not quite in the sense that, well, if I get shot, I'm going to die type of thing. They're still in that world of where they're in between,
Hmm.
the imaginative world to the real life world. And I think that's what happens out in real life, is that they don't understand that, okay, once you do that, there is going to be an implication, and it could be severe.
Yes.
Because you see people on bikes. I saw a kid the other day on a bike, no lights, no protective sort of fluorescent type of clothing. It was all in black. Didn't think about putting light clothing on. No bike lane, and he was on his phone. He was watching his phone with earplugs in. Now, come on, I mean, that in itself is just, he was thought he was invincible, because if
Yeah.
he turned wrong, or he was, there was a stone on the road, or a cat ran out, or anything, or a car pulled out in front of him, that would be be terrible. And I
Yeah.
think that's unfortunately what the world's, what's happening now in a child's world, is that they just feel that they just don't think, because A, they're not allowed the space to, and B, that they just think they're invincible because they've just come back again.
That's an interesting point you made. I never thought of that this way. Um, but as I said, I think there is a chance, we got this chance
Yes.
to try the YouTube, like a new innovative way to reach them, and
Yes.
hopefully will make the difference, you know.
And to help
Um,
and it's part of
yeah.
the national curriculum that a child is required to have swimming lessons.
Okay.
And they have to.
Are they structured and like really serious, like
So
you
it,
mentioned?
it, it is part, so they have to conduct it just like any of the other subjects. So swimming
Hmm.
is there.
Hmm.
And I think there's a statistic to say that by the end of a child leaving school, primary school or middle school, because depending on if you have, because there's either 3 tiers or 2 tiers, that only 1 in 4 children know how to swim 25 meters, which
Yep.
is ridiculous. I mean, that should not be the case.
Yep.
And to me, that means that they're not properly conducting the education, and the teachers aren't qualified enough, or they know enough in order to provide the school swimming. So
Hmm.
that is
Well,
something that needs to.
something needs to change.